Barry Davis along with Ben Nicholson-Smith in Dunedin, Florida, where the Blue Jays continue spring training. Ben, before camp even began, there was so much talk, so much concern about the lack of arms in the Blue Jays bullpen. As camp has played out, we've seen that that's not necessarily the case. There's, in fact, more arms than I think any of us ever figured.
Absolutely. I'm surprised, personally. I think a lot of people are, because you look around, everyone from the young guns, guys like Miguel Castro, Roberto Osuna, they've impressed for sure. And I think, too, you have some of those older players, a Wilton Lopez type. He's someone, Steve Delabar, a guy who could bounce back. And then you have guys coming back, of course. Aaron Loup, Brett Cecil, we know what they can do in the bullpen. So you add it up, I think it still projects probably as a weakness on this team compared to what it's been a couple years ago. But it's something that should be strong relative to what we thought it would be a couple months ago.
One thing that was a weakness last year that seems to be a huge strength for the Blue Jays this year is what is happening inside that clubhouse and the additions they've made and really some of the subtractions they've made. It's become a very harmonious and very gelled group of players.
Yeah, so far so good. I think Russell Martin's had a huge part to do with that, and he's deserves a lot of credit for what's going on in that room. He's a guy who's won just about everywhere he's been, and I think too Josh Donaldson and even some of the other players that they've brought in. Michael Saunders, of course, has been injured for most of spring training, but he's coming back, and I think that overall you get the sense that these guys are in it together, and at this time of year everyone should be optimistic.
A lot of fans were a little upset that the Blue Jays didn't go deeper into free agency or add any bigger names as far as trades go. But Ben, when you look at the rest of the American League East, yes, the Boston Red Sox have beefed up, but other than that, it's wide open.
It really is. I think that you could look probably to any one of the 5 teams, some more likely than others, of course. I think the Red Sox are going to be a really good team this year. They have all kinds of offense. They're going to score a lot of runs, and they have some intriguing pitching. Yankees getting older, as we know. The Orioles are a team that lost 2 of their biggest stars in Nelson Cruz and Nick Markakis, not to mention Andrew Miller. And the Rays, they're going to pitch. I don't know if they're going to hit. So the Blue Jays have a very good shot in this division. I think they're right up there with the Red Sox.
And the Blue Jays will find out right away where they rank in the American League East. Their first 6 games of the regular season come against the New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles.